exists, you want the world to stand up, and the students finally did. Let's quit it.
What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, fantastic afternoon, fantastic pre-noon. No matter where you are in the world, I'm Hassan Piker. This is the Hassan Piker broadcast coming to you live from gloomy, Juney, gloomy California, Los Angeles, West Hollywood, California, Los Angeles, the heartland of America, the real heartland of America. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today is Wednesday, May 29th, 2024. This is a part of the broadcast where I tell you a little bit about my personal news about what's going on in the world of Hassan Hassan Piker. And not much has happened in the world of Hassan Hassan Piker beyond the fact that I think a lot of people are beginning to recognize that maybe what Israel's doing is not so good. And I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that in my real life. I'm seeing that all around. I'm seeing that on Instagram. All of a sudden, all these celebrities and athletes are posting about Palestine on IG. Yeah, I will tell you guys this much. Here in the Western world, I do think that the tide is shifting a little bit. The tide is turning. And the reason why I think that is because I'm also in my personal life noticing, let's just say, professional executives in mainstream media outlets doing outreach to my team. They do that during election year regardless, where they're like, how the fuck's this guy maintaining this audience online? Like, what's happening? What is he doing? Like, let's learn a little bit. Let's have a little bit of a open line of communication. My point is, people are basically fucking turning around and being like, maybe Israel went a little too far. Maybe. Even in the confines of like post October 7, the attitude has shifted dramatically in one direction. You got people who would have literally never given me a second look and called me a fucking terrorist, turning around and being like, okay, maybe you weren't super wrong. My fault always is not that I'm wrong. It's that I'm right. It's just I'm right too soon. You're noticing that people don't have as much fear, celebrities and whatnot, don't have as much fear posting about Palestine. Because it's not like they didn't know what the fuck was going on. It's like impossible to avoid. However, I think that for the longest time, they just like kind of shied away from posting too much about it. Some celebrities got punished severely for posting, as you know. Oh, I saw this. PAL action cut Leonardo's Edinburgh factory. Internet cables disrupting the producers of targeting systems for Israel's F-35 fighter jets. Dude, Palestine action is so nutty. They are pretty fucking crazy with it.
This one is dedicated to the suit-wearing arms dealers. To the champagne sipping depleted uranium droppers.
Keep your hand on your gun.
F-35 doesn't even need help. Worst planes ever. Listen, when it flies, it's pretty fucking good. She's right. The Abraham Accords, like Trump's entire policy, was premised on the perpetual repression of Palestinians and denial of their rights. The horrific atrocities of October 7 revealed this to be a dangerous fantasy. Hey, yo. Look at that. Former foreign policy of Bernie Sanders defending my take. Let's go. I am in the crosshairs, okay, of Jewish Insider posting my fucking dubs. So, new Jewish Insider written by Mark Rod, previously at CNBC, CNN Politics. He is the senior congressional correspondent of Jewish Insider. Now, why is the senior congressional correspondent of Jewish Insider writing about me and AOC live reacting to President Donald Trump's speech in the motherfucking Bronx? Ocasio-Cortez agrees the Twitch streamer blames Abraham Accords for the October 7 attack. The progressive lawmaker appeared on a Twitch stream with Hassan Piker, a popular influencer who's been outspoken against Israel since October 7. First of all, I have not been outspoken against Israel since October 7, unless you're talking about October 7 of like, I don't know how long I've been outspoken against Israel, but it's been a lot longer than just October 7, 2023. So get it right, Mark Rod, at least publicly, since, I don't know, like 10 years ago. All the Octobers for the past fucking 10 years. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Democrat of New York, agreed with the popular far-left Twitch streamer last week that the Abraham Accords and other U.S. policies were significantly responsible for the October 7 Hamas attack on Israel. Not to give him too much credit, but I will say he is a much better journalist than like the average right-wing psychopath at like New York Post or whatever. Like, he is a serious journalist. And the reason for why I will say that is this. When the fucking Daily Mail writes about me, the Daily Mail would just like lie and be like, Hassan wants to eat Jewish babies or whatever, right? This guy at least is like very, like, he's honest. Like, the way he covered it, I think, is pretty valid. Dude, this is what I mean. When people post things that I actually say and offer criticism, but still literally post things that I actually fucking say, including the nuances of it, I'll take that every day. All the racist Redditors just use the Yemeni kid as a tool in the propaganda war of not liking you. I know. And they can all suck my entire cock. Fuck those people. Okay? Because guess what, dude? Where's Operation Prosperity Guardian now? The political streamer Sam Piker said the attack was a direct consequence of the Abraham Accords and many of Jared Kushner's and Donald Trump's administration's actions, like moving the embassy to Jerusalem. Ocasio-Cortez, appearing on Piker's show, responded, 10,000%. He is just as responsible for October 7 as anyone else. It directly happened as a direct consequence of him moving the embassy to Jerusalem, recognizing the annexed territory of Golan Heights as Israeli territory, going against international law, and also conducting the Abraham Accords, completely sidestepping the Palestinians in the conversation. That is a major reason, he continued, as Ocasio-Cortez continued to nod along and said, yeah, you know why she said that? Because it's fucking true, bitch. Why are you coming to a fucking dumb himbo content creator, Twitch streamer who's 32 fucking years old and has never held political office for adequate foreign policy analysis? Why can you not do that in any of the major mainstream media outlets, man? What is going on? I'm a fucking dumbass. What's happening here? They're posting my dubs. Once again, posting my motherfucking dubs. Ooh, baby. Ocasio-Cortez appeared on Piker's stream to watch and comment on a rally by Trump in the Bronx last week. Piker's comments came in response to a remark by Trump claiming the October 7 attack would not have happened if he were in office. During the stream, Ocasio-Cortez also described the Israeli operations of Gaza as a genocide. She's appeared with Piker at least once in the past. Piker also hosted a show with the Yemeni influencer who filmed himself on board a civilian commercial ship seized by the Houthis. On the stream, Piker compared the Yemeni terrorist group favorably to the Pirates of the Hero of a Japanese cartoon series. Say it! It's One Piece. And while on their domestic affairs, the Ansar Allah leaves much to be desired. And also, you know, their whole like curse the Jews stuff, not great, okay? Not a fan of that. However, in terms of the entire Yemeni population resisting against Israel, enforcing a blockade on the Red Sea, very good. And also, absolutely, Luffy certified. Piker has been outspoken against Israel since October 7, including offering or defending arguments that the October 7 attack was inevitable and potentially understandable and justifiable, while often stopping short of directly endorsing the attack. Ocasio-Cortez has also recently come under attack from erstwhile allies on the far left who have accused her of being insufficiently outspoken against Israel. Recently, the Palestine Solidarity Working Group, formerly associated with the Democratic Socialists of America, promoted a post calling AOC, what the fuck? AOC responsible for genocide as much as Biden. Ocasio-Cortez's office referred an inquiry on the appearance of her campaign to her campaign, which did not immediately provide commentary. Maybe my brain is too broken by Redditors, but like this article I think is fair, is reporting accurately the things I believe, the things I have said. If you read it and you already have your established opinions on the matter, yeah, you'll come across this and be like, wow, I really hate AOC and I definitely hate this Hassan guy. But for the most part, I respect it. It's a good faith article. They can't be calling you a terrorist or a Hamas supporter. They're still technically a serious publication. Yeah, like Daily Mail will just be like, this fucking Muslim bloke wants to eat Israeli Jewish children. He wants baby murder. He said permanent genocide to the Israeli people. Like, that's how they write articles over there. The New York Post will be like, hey, this is a song guy. He fucking sucks ass. He loves 9/11 and is always saying multiple 9/11s in New York. That's how I imagine like the respective journalists and op-ed writers write in each of these institutions. You know what I mean? So yeah, good article from the Jewish Insider. Much respect. I would say that this is like a favorable article. They're trying to draw up like controversy by being like AOC agreed with Hassan on something that is like unironically true. No matter how hard you try to complain, not only is it unironically true, but it also is true in a partisan way too. So I think for many people, when they post that and they're like, oh yeah, this will surely get people mad at AOC, they don't realize that Democrats see that as an exit ramp. Democrats probably will hear me say those words and go, oh, that's a good idea, that we should just talk about Trump and what he did and how his actions caused October 7. That's a good statement. Dua Lipa calls for a ceasefire in Gaza. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little bit disappointed in Dua. Like, look, she's our Muslim queen. She's our Albanian queen. The world is Albanian, okay? But it's like she has been endlessly attacked and smeared as a fucking anti-Semite for years for being both Albanian and Muslim while simultaneously defending Palestinian humanity for years. So for me, it's like, this is one of the very few instances where I'm like, God damn, do it. Like, fuck you doing? What's happening? She talked about it since the beginning. And in fact, since before October 7, I feel like there wasn't that much Dua Lipa posting. I mean, it's fine because like I said, she's been pro-Palestinian way before many of the TikTokers that yell at her. And according to the ceasefire tracker, she called for a ceasefire in November. It's just like, it's a little bit different though. Like for me, my expectation is she's popping off. You know what I mean? Because she has popped off many times over, time and time again. She, much like myself, is anti-Semite of the week, maybe anti-Semite of the month, perhaps anti-Semite of the year by Stop Anti-Semitism. Dua Lipa speaks out on Israel-Hamas war, says ceasefire in Gaza has to happen. Yeah, okay, maybe I'm being too critical. I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen it, and that's why I'm disparaging our Albanian queen. Outspoken in Hollywood says a single thing. Dude, you don't understand. Literally, look at what happened to Melissa Barrera. She posted an article by Ross Segal. Ross Segal is an Israeli Jewish Holocaust historian. She posted an excerpt from this article written by a Jewish Israeli Holocaust scholar about how Israel's actions have the makings of a genocide. She was fired, and they claimed she was being anti-Semitic. Speaking of Melissa, Jenna Ortega posted this yesterday. GOAT. Jenna Ortega is another person that's been outspoken about Palestinian emancipation far before like this last round. And it's kind of hilarious because like we read that article one time during the Kanye pop-off when Kanye was being like insanely anti-Semitic. There was a fucking article comparing her to Kanye West, asking the question, who is more anti-Semitic? Jenna Ortega for saying free Palestine, or Kanye West for saying Adolf Hitler is awesome and that he loves Adolf Hitler? And this was written on the Times of Israel, bro. Jenna Ortega versus Kanye. Whose anti-Semitic hate is worse? This is perhaps the greatest snapshot of the mania that exists inside the mind of an ultra-Zionist. There is no greater example in understanding that like Zionists don't give a fuck about anti-Semitism and only care about anti-Israel sentiment, anti-Zionism, than this fucking idiotic drivel that was posted on the Times of Israel.